All right, we have Hart playing in red as the Gurjaras. Very strong civilization, recently nerfed, and yeah, not really picked in any of the tournaments, so maybe they've been kind of figured out, or maybe they're easier to counter than they used to be. Or yeah, they've just been figured out. Open pike. Longsword kind of feels good as well. We saw Daniel beat Sato going longswords against the Gurjaras. Anyway, it's going to be Lix versus Hart here. Lix is the member of the White Wolf Palace team who's you know, the called Shithouser. That's it. He's the minister of shithousery in China. And yeah, he likes to drop towers, make things messy, douche, and yeah, Sicilians. Definitely a civ which matches his style, with faster building castles, also the dungeon potential, which you can make sergeants out of the dungeon and they can make more dungeons. It's fantastic. All right. We can move on with you most, yeah. They nerfed Gurjaras, yeah. They nerfed and also just fixed the bugginess of the Shravamsha riders. Also the Chakram throwers, they got nerfed against basically everything except infantry, against who they were slightly buffed. That's my understanding. And yeah, that's it. As both players looking like they're going to open scouts here. It's going to be a weird matchup for Lix, right? Because the strong point of the Sicilians is Hauber Cavalier. But Gurjara's getting camos that do extra bonus damage, so that's no bueno. But the Sicilians are taking less bonus damage. Right? So, yeah, the camos will still counter. Camos will still counter the Nightline. Anyway, let's see. Sicilians getting very tasty infantry as well with Halberdier. We talked about the sergeants, the potential for First Crusade, which is 7 sergeants out of up to 5 TCs, and you get conversion resistance on those units as well. Very historically accurate. Okay, let's see how this goes. In terms of their maps, Hart has back gold forward berries. So his mill is going to be slightly vulnerable here, but yeah, I don't think scouts are going to take it out. Yeah. Normally we see men-at-arms sometimes going for the mill. Not normally. Rarely, actually, but sometimes. Okay. Lix is getting horse collar, double bit axe. Right. Okay. This ladder or tournament? It is ladder. I can time him out too. It says he's a first-time chatter. No, it's good. It's ladder. Maybe I should change the style points up here to ladder. You can do that to avoid confusion. I would love to see a series between these players. But there we go. It should be play all one as well. Fix this once and for all. Definitely bad, Sean. No, yeah. Okay, has anything happened yet? It looks like Hart hasn't actually opened. Well, oh, he made 1 scout and 2 spears, so it looks like he's just kind of chilling. Lix really wants to get these walls down. He's committing 3 villagers on the front to walling. And yeah, he's going to end up walling a decent base for himself here. Gold feels slightly exposed, but again, it's all melee units, so nothing ranging the top. But the camo scout, 2 spears, no, 1 spear and a scout got in, so that's going to be a bit annoying. But I don't see Lix really taking too much damage here, and it might actually be a mistake by Hart. These guys are going to be completely trapped, so he'll need to make another scout if he wants to get a bit of vision on the map. He has made one. Okay, as he's going to try snipe a Vil, but the spears are here. Yeah. This is just going to be annoying. Might be able to idle a few Vils, but I don't see really this army doing too much damage. Meanwhile, Lix is running around being annoying as Hart is getting an archery range up. Scouts are running into a spear, not ideal. Pathing, not ideal. And I don't think that either player is going to get much damage with the scouts. But it looks like it's going to be an archer follow-up for Hart. Okay. As he tries to get a Vil. And yeah. That's it. Hart. Okay. 2 forward villagers here, so maybe we're thinking dungeons here. I think they are 170 stone or something, but oh no, it's not dungeon. He's Gurjara, so he just wants to go for towers. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. He will have scouted... No, he hasn't, actually. I thought he would have scouted the stone of his opponent. At least he can see that there's no stone, like, directly available inside the base. He probably has to guess it's down this way. So towers might actually be an option here. Biding his time, though. As there are a few weak villagers here. Okay. As army's getting damage here. Ammo scout should get a hit. Gets the kill. Okay. Over here, scout trying to break its way in. Spear coming over. So it's been sloppy by Licks, really losing a build to this low army, or this small army, I should say. Sketchy times here. As Hart doesn't even know about the tower, he runs completely past it, and the tower will go up here. Licks tries to wall. The scouts are weak anyway, so... Or Hart tries to wall, I should say. Licks runs directly past. I'm so used to Licks being the one towering as the scouts go down. And Hart in a decent position now. Definitely in a decent position. Arrives with archers on this side. He can always lure the spears close to the wall and then try and take them out with the archers. Doesn't have fletching yet. But let's see. Because we have a blacksmith on the way for the Sicilians. Yeah, maybe it's tougher for Sicilians to really go for counter towers, right? Because they have to make donjons, which are more expensive. They are starting with extra stone, which kind of helps, but still, if the stone is exposed, it's just no bueno. And it is exposed, but and Hart knows about that now as well, so he knows exactly where the stone is. But Hart is not committed to stone either. His stones are a bit exposed too, but normally you'd see players put 2 on stone if they're going to continue with towers. As looks like Licks has managed to wall in / out this army. It's a matter of whether the archer can kill before the wall goes down. Yeah, archer gets both kills, and now yeah, Hart needs to run away. So after all is said and done, Hart gets a Vil kill. Bit of damage on this wood line, of course. Yeah, Licks just with a trash army now. Hart on his way up to Castle Age and continuing to make archers. So he wants to stick with crossbow by the looks of things, which is tasty. Yeah. Is it that tasty? I guess he wants to go for Shrivamshas as well, but the pikemen will counter Shrivamshas pretty well. And double gold comp, not really viable early doors in Castle Age, but let's see. Rooster, what's up? Hope you're doing well. I'm early, yes. A bit earlier. It's a bit random when I start, let's be honest. It's anywhere between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Ba-ba-da-ba. All right. Oh. Kaze Minato. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Came home from groceries. Stuff. Gotta get him. All right. Fletching is in now. Yeah, Hart continues to be annoying here. He's gonna arrive up in Castle Age a good bit earlier. Looks like about a minute earlier. Yeah. I could have just looked at the numbers. Instead, I tried to guess based on the bars, but I was pretty close. So a minute earlier, he will have a bit of an advantage here. And what's he going to do with it? As Licks is going to market wall to keep himself safe here. The archers simply just switch direction. But Skirmisher's coming in. Needs to be patient with these guys. He does have +1/+1, so fletching and the armor. They should be okay here, actually, but the camel is instantly upgraded, but still weak to the spears. As the skirmishers are going to run in before the crossbow upgrade. Is Hart going to commit here? Yeah, he's getting bodkin. Okay, so he wants to continue making archers. I think other players might have actually just cancelled those upgrades. Archer's not scaling fantastically for Gurjaras into the late game, but still. Hart wants to keep the pressure on here, and he does a good job cleaning up these skirmishers. Yeah. So absolutely advantage Hart here as Licks goes for a TC. Sicilians building TCs and castles twice as fast. And going for a defensive siege. Okay. As this villager is just coming over to repair by the looks of things. Okay. So good awareness by Licks here. Obviously not panicking. If he has the presence of mind to repair this wall. He probably wants to get a TC down here if he can. Doesn't have a market though. He built the wall but then deleted the foundation. So let's see. TC here could be quite nice. But there is a nasty hill if Hart wanted to get some siege of his own. Okay. So there's a Scorpion behind here. Should be okay to defend actually. Minimal investment here. And yeah. The yellow flash of the leaf. What? I'm so confused. Okay. As Lix goes for stone gates, stone walls. Yeah, I don't know either. Okay, cool. The yellow flash of the leaf. I'm trying to even think what that would be in Italian somehow, or French. Still makes no sense. Anyway. Army being annoying here, but Scorpion's doing a good job defending, I think. But the camos are in now. Camos are definitely in, so this is going to get sketchy. And remember, Lix doesn't have an easy counter here. Camel and crossbow is a very difficult composition to deal with because you want to go pike against the camels, but they're countered by archers, and then you might want to go knights against the archers, but they're countered by camels, so it's tough. Definitely tough here, as Hart putting on a lot of pressure. Has an elephant archer just sitting behind here. That's a difficult unit to defend as well. Yeah, it's tough. Riss, what's up? Actually near your elo. Amazing. Okay, Monk's trying to get conversions here. Should get one. Okay, my god. I think Hart was lucky not to get one of those converted. But he deletes them anyway, as the camos and archers are going to come over here and try and make their way out. TC number 3 for Lix on stone. Okay. Was feeling a bit exposed over here, so he goes for the arguably more exposed stone. But anyway. Yeah, Hart just applying pressure here. Sicilians do have a better economy. Like, they have that farm advantage with each farm upgrade giving you double the amount of food on your farms than normal, which is kind of tasty. So maybe he feels he had to be a bit aggressive here early. But anyway. Gurjaras have that little trickle of food coming in, which definitely helps, as he goes for TC number 3 as well. And yeah, this game might go late. No one's suffering any fatal damage yet, but definitely advantage Hart for sure. Okay. As Lix has kind of locked down this area, but it's not fantastically efficient. Okay. Hart continuing to play open. And now he's making scouts, so maybe he wants to go for some light cab raids to deal with the monks. I'm not convinced by this. We see players often switch into light cab just, oh, now he's going to go light cab. And it's like, okay. Sometimes just wins games. Anyway. Both players with super low TC idle time too. Very un-Lix like. Lix has been crushing it in Goldie too. Yeah. So maybe he's getting more used to 1v1s. Yeah, the idle TC time is impressively low. Impressively low. Is this Koalolo we're watching? Crazy. Alright. Here come the scouts. Do Gurjaras even get light cav? Just stop saying two. Both have it also. Yeah. Redundancy. That's it. They get Hussar. Okay. Forget I said anything. Alright. Now it's going to take out the monk. Hart unlucky not to get a conversion there as he's housed. I watched Hart stream once and he's unbelievably harsh on himself. Like, he's so self-critical. It's just like, my god, give yourself a break. You're pretty good. Very good, even. And yeah, he has like the mod where he gets housed instead of it being the annoying noise of housedness. It says like, build a house, you idiot. It's pretty tough. Pretty tough. Anyway. If it makes him better, I guess. Okay. Elephants sitting on hills. And we're seeing bloodlines now. Husbandry coming in. As we have a Sicilian elephant archer. Okay, nice conversion. And what's Hart thinking? It's like he sees the cavalry, right? So he's... So camels has to come into his head, but then he's maybe like, I don't want to end up playing against a halberdier Cavalier composition in the late game, because that will just shred camels and it's going to be tough for me to get to enough chakrams to make a difference. So maybe that's part of his thinking. Hart was competitive once, right? Probably annoyed that he's fallen so far behind his teammates Leary and Hera in NBL. Yeah, it seems like he's getting better again. But yeah, it can't be easy for the self-esteem to be on a team with 3 of the best guys. But anyway. Okay, as Hart gets a conversion. Okay. Lick's making a few spears now, getting +2 for his knights. +2 defense, that is, and he's adding more barracks. So yeah, it looks like he wants to get to a Pike Cavalier combo in the late game, which is probably the strongest option. And to counter that, it's going to be Elephant Archer, Camel. I don't know, it's a big mix. Look at all the different units that Hart has here. It's kind of crazy. Cries in Nikov. Yeah, Nikov as well. Yeah. Okay, as the Knights are actually kind of crushing here. The Camels don't have many upgrades. The Knights have... Forging just came in. They also had +2. So yeah, pretty tasty. Okay. Hart going for a castle out on the front. It's hard to get a read on what Hart is really going for. He's ramping up the camel production now. Tough comp to get to. He's trying to float res to get up to imp, but he only has 9 on gold, so his production... Yeah, he has to choose between his production, basically, and going up to the next age. And it looks like he's managing okay. Has he taken in relics? He has 3 relics, Hart does. Okay, that's kind of big. AI army comp, yeah, for sure. All those conversions. So yeah, the 3 relics definitely helping here, but only 9 on gold. 40 on food, though, as now we have chakrams being added. Oh my god. So he's painting a very confusing picture for his opponent here. With this big mix of units. But yeah, sometimes that's the hardest thing to counter. Just when you see so many things, it's like, what's he really going into? What will I really need to counter in the late game? But it looks like Lix has just decided on his comp here, which just seems to be the strongest. And we see him adding... Oh, Lix castle coming up here. This is going to go up very, very fast. As Hart notices this, he's deleting a wall here, and he's going to try fight with Vils, but this castle goes up for sure. Big fight here, but there's chakrams throwing stuff. They do a lot of damage to infantry, even just 1v1. Kind of crazy, as the knights are going to drag the elephant archers back. And the castle's up. So yeah, this is denying stone. It's denying a lot of farming eco, and Hart is now on the way up to imp. And yeah, again, really strange comp. He hasn't invested heavily into cav upgrades. He just got bloodlines and +1. But yeah, the upgrades he starts getting now will tell us a lot about how he plans to finish this game off. Okay, Lix on the other hand has a decent eco, right? 95 Vils, only 6 Vils behind. As we have dueling castle drops here. I think that Lix's castle might go up first. Let's see. He has more Vils and it's built twice as fast. Yeah, it might go up first. You can see the blue bar overtaking the red bar as Hart commits more Vils here, but it's just, yeah. Okay, a few Vils will die, but I think both castles go up and it's going to be advantage Hart, I think. No way this castle is denied at least, but traded a lot of Vils for it. Is anyone going to make petards? Lix is... How does he have 5 petards? Oh, he made petards here and then brought them over into this castle. And he's just loading them out one by one. As Hart is going for petards now as well, but he's way, way, way behind. Oh, yeah. I've been seeing a lot of pros go for these sorts of super forward castles. Mihai likes doing it at least, yeah. I mean, it can be a throw for sure, but... if you just want to buy time, it's fantastic, I guess. Like, if he doesn't drop these 2 castles, he immediately has Hart just on his face in his eco and maybe raiding. But now Hart has to clean up all of this to get control back. That's a pain in the ass. Okay, villagers repairing the castle As maybe we can criticize Lix here for letting the petards out one by one. If he had just come with 8 altogether, it might have been more of a surprise. Okay. But on his face, PG-13. Oh my god, guys, please. All right. It's expensive to drop the castles forward, and also if your opponent has a superior army, then they just sweep your base as well. So has to be done right, or else it's a throw, basically. What about Brontosaurus? Yeah, hello. Sorry, I didn't see the name there. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's blue. It merged with Sean's name. Okay, as we have fighting happening here in a war game, as an elephant is trying to take out the castle. Villagers are repairing. Castle is taking out villagers. Yeah, this castle will go down. And yeah, Hart done a good job here, though it seems a bit of a desperate play. He wasn't like just patiently wait and wait for trebs. He's still going for petards. So yeah, but there's another castle drop over here. So yeah, very Lix too. Castles everywhere. Hart, what's he doing? Just wandering around with some units here, and he'll be very annoyed that the game has turned out like this. But it's not really unexpected. It's not really unexpected, as Lix is now on his way to Imp. And what's the villager count after all of that? Lix is 30 villagers ahead. Insane. So yeah. Game just switched around just like that. It actually felt kind of balanced. Hart seemed to be in the lead early on with all the pressure, but then Lix just kind of held. Got to a composition which is now gone again, and then he just decided to drop castles. Okay, fair enough. Okay, as Hart is sending villagers to their death here. And where are the trebs? Where are the trebs for Hart? He has the res to make them, but he's just been forced to clean up knights at the back of his base. An absolute mess. He does have the score lead, but I think once Lix gets up to Imp, that will change. Okay. Okay, elephant's coming on a bit of a raid here. Charging in. This would be a nice hill for them to sit on. As they take out the mangonel. And we'll work away on the knights. Okay. Actually shredding here. 6+4 attack. Yeah. Nice little spot for them to sit. A little mobile tower almost. Or a mobile castle even. As Lix is surely going to take this game. Floating lots of res. Let's count his TCs. He does have 5 of them. So maybe we're going to see the first crusade. He's got +1 armor and +1 attack. So maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. Let's see. As we're seeing Hart adding archery ranges and stables. Okay, what does he want to go for? As we're seeing Hauberk. Right, so it's going to be Hauberk Cavalier for the Sicilians. And yeah, his opponent is just wide open, trying to react. It's going to be so tough. His army isn't mobile at all. Now he's switching back into Camel. Okay, it's a mess. I don't know what's happening. Hauberk before plate barding hype, yeah. Or Treb's banned, maybe. Maybe they have a gentleman's agreement. Okay. What is this? Kshatriyas. Is this the food one? Very specific of me. I need to check. Kshatriyas, military units cost 25% less food. Okay. Okay, now there's Trebs on the way for Hart. So should be able to clear up the front of his base, but there's going to be a lot of Cavaliers soon. Lix with 40 food, 47, 45 on gold. So we'll be able to get a pretty tasty spam going, and he can push the button then whenever he wants, just to get that burst of military. But maybe he'll wait until he's pop cap before he does that, because then he gets up to 235 pop, which would tend to give you an edge. As Hart is going heavy camel rider now. Okay. And yeah, maybe Camel Elephant Archer is the way here, but can Hart hold on? Still way behind in eco, struggling for gold. Double gold composition, not ideal. Let's see. Cheaper foods, yeah. As the not yet upgraded camels about to take a fight, the upgrade takes so long, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Yeah, Hart getting some elephant raids here, and is there a way for him to come back into this, as his forward castles will be taken out? And once these castles are gone, he'll be able to take stone. He will be able to take some gold, but yeah, Cavalier gonna come in and nuke that trap. Okay. Very interestingly poised game, as Heavy Camel is now in. The Cavalier hide inside the castle. And the camels are just going to try and take out the castle by the looks of things. Okay. Halberdier on the way. Yeah, so getting to that Halberdier, Hauber, Cavalier composition. And this could get interesting. This could get interesting. More interesting, I should say. Okay, Cavalier raid coming in. Meanwhile, over here, there's a big fight. Elephant Archer slowly going down. If the Halberdier catch the elephants, it's just going to be a nightmare. As Hart just forced to retreat here off this wood. You can't even really send the camels into this fight. There's too many helps, looks like. Okay. As we're seeing light cav. So maybe Hart feels he has to raid his way back into this. And he is sending in some light cav, and there's not much back here. Obviously, Lix will be able to send back some Halberdier if he wants to. But I think Lix is going to try and establish something on this hill. It feels like a lovely hill to have a castle on. Okay, big fight here. Treb goes down. Elephants, I think, are trying to take out the Halberdier. I think the camels can just take the fight. Yeah, and the Cavalier are going to run away. Oi, oi, oi. Okay. Inscription on the way now for Hart, as Lix is going to get a castle here. Okay. I don't like this, actually. Well, it kind of protects his trebs, right? Yeah, it protects his trebs. Yeah, if you put the castle up here, trebs feel a little bit more exposed, maybe, but anyway. Anyway. Okay, as the desperation light cav raids come in for Hart, he has to get something going, and he is. Maybe Lix has been getting away with just playing completely open and having forward positions for a bit too long. And the score is kind of close. Okay, Cavalier raids are annoying Lix still with this position. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, light cav slowly getting cleaned up by Halberdier back here. And yeah, weird game. Definitely a weird game. Definitely a Lix game. Yeah, it's these single Cavaliers just around the base being annoying. Eco KD very much in favor of Lix. It is tasty. Okay. Camels might take out this Treb. Castle is doing a fair bit of damage. Not even. Not even. Okay, it's tough. Hart needs to get some siege back on the field, but he's just reacting everywhere. Meanwhile, Halberdier, yeah, this was found out. It's tough. Tough. Lix just causing absolute mayhem. And GG's called. Okay. Game goes to Lix. Very tasty. That was a fun game. APM very high for Hart, very low for Lix. Okay. And yeah, Lix had to survive a lot of pressure in Feudal Age, right? I mean, Hart never got to like a final composition of Gurjaras with like a ton of Chakrams and Camels, maybe. That's his best option. And I just felt like Lix maybe had a more coherent plan. Or just had a more solid plan going forward, basically. The castles were probably part of his plan. Yeah, calculated chaos. That's what it felt like. That's absolutely what it felt like.